Oh, hey! Welcome back, you're Pizza Sutra again! Today we're covering Outsiders Milwaukee style pizza, a style of pizza we haven't really, it's a thing, it's an up and coming thing that we don't know what's happening. Spicy sausage, caramelized onions, white cheddar cheese curds, that sounds like fucking Wisconsin to me. Mozzarella, pepper-dew peppers, that one gets me every time. This is a luxury pizza. This is not a cheap pizza, but the quality ingredients are what's going to separate this pizza from the rest of them. Preheat oven to 400 degrees. Check. Remove pizza from all packaging. Place pizza on center rack and bake pizza for 19 to 20 minutes. Alright, we're dealing with the Milwaukee style pizza, and we are in fact from Milwaukee, so we're definitely familiar with how things roll here. It says it's a spicy sausage and cheese curd pizza. Do you know anyone who's put cheese curds on a pizza? Like, I have never gone to a place in Milwaukee and had a cheese curd put on a pizza, except Quick Trip, Tony. We don't know what a Milwaukee style pizza is. Chicago style pizza. Now, if you're unaware, Chicago style pizza is more of a thicker crust, toppings and cheese, and then the sauce on top. It's great. I totally recommend trying one if you've never had one. Detroit style, we talked about that in another episode, but I'll remind you, a Detroit style is a thick crust pizza. It's cooked in a pan, in a butter or an oil or something like that. It gets a caramelized crust on the outside and it's delicious. New York is another pizza style. What separates the New York is it's a thin crust and it's kind of floppy. It's great, it's folding pizza is fantastic. Get all the grease all up in your thing, and it's a sweeter sauce. Now Milwaukee style, back to the Milwaukee stuff. What really says that having a cheese curd or a shredded PBR can on the pizza makes a Milwaukee style pizza? I don't know, none of us have had it. What's a Milwaukee style pizza like? According to Outsiders, a Milwaukee style pizza, a thin buttery crust. Toppings range from spicy sausage to real cheese curds. Thick shredded mozzarella is standard on a Milwaukee style pizza. I didn't know this. And it also tells me to cut it into squares because that's a party pizza. Well, news for you, every pizza is a party pizza. Now here's some beautiful shots of our city. Whoa!
Cold snap like a coiled spring. You can feel the frost coming on. We are made golden, dropping orange and umber, and barely holding on, just barely holding on. And now, downtown's dolled up.
Here we go. Here's the cut. If you guys can tell, cheese curd right there. We got some onion and there's some like juice action going on. Onion, pepper, you know the drill. Oh, the crust is just breaking, and that's kind of what's happening. It's not really crunchy. I think cracker is a little too crisp to describe this crust. It's not really crackery, it's more like breakery. It's difficult to describe, but not quite as crunchy as a cracker. That cheese curd was fantastic. The caramelized onions are not overpowering. I'm not much of an onion guy on my pizzas, but these caramelized onions are not crazy overpowering, which gives it a really awesome sweet flavor underneath all the cheese and sauce and all. It's not really battling anything. It kind of stands out on its own. It's fantastic. And these sausages, the spicy sausage, not over the top spicy. You get a little bit of a zing. It's just like a little zest. Sauce tastes true to more of a Sicilian style pizza. Lesser sauce. It's not overwhelming. They're not like jumping out at me, which is good. Chewy, fantastic. This is actually a really awesome pizza to have. I don't really like that they call it a Milwaukee style pizza, because Milwaukee style pizza, the most popular toppings in Milwaukee are the onion, mushroom, and sausage. They also wanted us to cut this in squares. We're not breaking pizza Sutra that way. We're gonna cut it. It's a frozen pizza, and we're gonna cut it in the triangles because those are better shapes. I really like this pizza. It's fantastic. I will say though, it is party because it's a pizza. All right, we gobbled down the Outsiders Milwaukee style pizza, and the results are surprising. I am jacked to share them with you. The crust, it was kind of crackery, but kind of like a stale cracker. It's kind of weird. The crust wasn't very popular. It got a 4 out of 8. The sauce, it wasn't overpowering. It wasn't overbearing. It was a little light. Well, not quite as light as a Sicilian, but a little heavier. It blended well. It brought the whole thing together. That got a 6 out of 8 slices. The cheese. Now, the cheese is kind of weird to grade because there are cheese curds on this pizza, and that's a different flavor of cheese. Does that count as a topping or cheese? But I'm just going to count the mozzarella as the cheese. So on this, the thick cut mozzarella, what we got was a 6 out of 8 slices. Toppings. This is where this pizza really shone. This is the highlight of this pizza. The cheese curd that I wouldn't put under the normal cheese, the mozzarella, now that's a little bit of salty. So when you bite into that cheese curd, you get a little bit of salt on that cheese, along with the mozzarella and the onions and the peppers. So the onions, they blended really well with the whole pie. The funny thing is, onions aren't very popular amongst a lot of the Pizza Sutra crew. Typically an onion, when you put it on a pizza, it's a very powerful flavor, and it takes hold of that thing. But this one, these onions, these caramelized onions that they advertised, they sat very nicely and added a little bit of sweet with a little bit of spice on those sausages. Those sausages were great. We got a 7 out of 8. That's a great score. That's badass. And for a luxury pizza, I would expect nothing less. Overall, the score, we gave this pizza a 5 out of 8 slices, which is a little disappointing considering it's a luxury pizza. Would I recommend going out and buying this? 3 out of 6 of us, so 50-50 said yes, they would buy this pizza again. The crust is really what brought this pizza down. Everything else was fucking stellar. The crust, just fix the crust, man. All right, guys, that's all we have today here at Pizza Sutra. We did the Milwaukee thing. You did the Milwaukee thing. How do you like it? Tell us in the comments. Like, subscribe. Be cool. Bye. Yeah, guitar solo!